Tuesday. You know what that means? My day. It better be Tuesday, actually. I didn't check. I think it is. So, I ate breakfast. I gotta work out, and then we got a meeting. I got a full day. Wish I could tell you guys about the meeting. You'd be like, but I can't. Trying to do some calculations in my mind. I have to be ready at 10:20, like fully ready. It takes a little bit of time. Gotta work out before then. But I can finish my makeup in the car. So I could get ready at 9:30, 9:20, 9:20. So I need to do, I'm only doing part of my workout today. No, this morning and part later. Sorry, I just smashed it. I'm about to jump in the shower and take my hair out. I always have this debate with myself, whatever. I'm like, do I wash my hair? Do I put it up instead? Do I put in extensions? And it's always a risk because you never know. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm gonna wear a ponytail. Then you put in a ponytail and you're like, this looks horrible, but you didn't wash your hair. So my fingers are crossed that my hair will not betray me when I do a ponytail later. You hear that? Also, I'm probably gonna do a Q&A in here later, so I'll tell you if I have time, which I hopefully will. Okay, now the race is on. I have 15 minutes to do most of my makeup before I finish in the car. Go! We went to a meeting and then I changed in a Walgreens into these Amy's hiking shoes because I forgot shoes. And now I'm just walking over to my mailbox to see if I got a package because there's a package in there. Hello, people. I'm trying to find a better light. I'm going to do a Q&A, so send me your questions right now. Advice or random questions or whatever. Send them. I don't think you need to tell them. I think it should be pretty obvious at this point. If it's been 3 years, you should know this person really well. You should know if they like you. If you're not sure and you're like, I don't know if they like me, don't tell them. I think maybe just hint around a little bit, be a little extra flirty, see what's going on. But generally, if this is a dude we're talking about, you didn't really say, but I assume it's a dude. If it's a dude we're talking about, and you're flirting with him, and he likes you, he's going to be like, yes. He's not going to be like, I like her, but I'm just going to ignore her. It's not going to happen. Okay, I listen to pop, just general pop music, and I listen to pop country, the new country music, and I listen to some Christian music now. I think my favorite artists right now are Sam Hunt, and I can't think of much, just Sam Hunt. That will cover it for me. Okay, I guess I can only tell you what I've done. I can't exactly tell you what to do, but what I've done is, first of all, praying is the number one thing, praying a lot. And then I think a lot of self-reflection. So you have to give yourself alone time. You can't be on your phone all day because that takes away from your thinking time. And you do just a lot of reflection on what you're really passionate about, what you're really good at, what kind of a mark you want to leave in this world, what kind of impact you want to make. And what I believe is that there is something almost like a seed that's planted inside of our hearts, and there's already a desire in there for something, and I believe you get in touch with it. Okay, a bunch of people were asking about this. I was going to do a whole blog post on this because I have a long method that worked extremely well in my first horrible breakup. To summarize, the only way out of your feelings is through. So if you're like, I'm going to ignore my feelings, distract myself, blah, 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 you're not going to move. A little distraction is okay, but mainly you need to express yourself. So the thing is that you don't have to express one feeling, you have to express a lot of feelings. That's what I learned. You can't just express that you're mad or just that you're sad. You got to get through what you miss, and you're mad, and you're sad, and what you regret. You're basically mourning the loss of the happy times, and then also a lot of fears are coming up from you, abandonment fears and a lot of different things like that. So you got to get it all out. So step one, realize there are multiple emotions you have to express. Step two, actually express them with writing, listening to music that expresses it, talking to people. Any kind of way you express yourself, like art, whatever kind of art you use if you do, whatever it is, find ways to express yourself. Dump him! I mean, you're going to sit around and wait for him to dump you after he told a bunch of people? Really? No. Dump him. He's not being nice. I'm not trying to be rude here. Obviously, you can do whatever you want, but it doesn't sound like he's very mature and ready for a relationship. If he's going to tell everyone he's going to break up with you and they're all going to know about it and tell you, break up with him. Yeah, clearly he misses you, or he's just trying to torture you. I don't know why. So, yes, but this doesn't sound like a very good guy with very much potential for a relationship. Obviously, it's nice, oh, someone likes me, but then it's he's not really doing anything special. Besides literally liking and unliking a picture while he's in a relationship. Listen, I'm not one to talk because when I was a teen, my standards were low. But I gotta say, ladies, we need to raise our standard. You're like, oh my gosh, this guy is so sweet. He's nice to me and he likes my stuff on social media and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, he does the bare minimum and that's impressive. Yeah, he better be freaking nice to you. That's literally the bare minimum as a human being, just being a nice person. Shouldn't be that impressive. Just saying. That's so hard. Luckily, there's so many ways that you can exercise that require no money at all. For instance, going on walks, going on runs, and doing tons of exercises in your own house. There's tons of YouTube videos and just like articles online, like everything you could ever dream of, that's free! And it will give you tons of different workouts that you can do on your own. And if you need to save up money, you know, it's not that much, but if you get dumbbells, you only need like 2 sets and they're not that expensive. You can even buy used ones from Facebook. Facebook has that like section where you can buy used stuff. I mean, obviously you have to ask your parents to help you, but that's what I'm saying is things can be found if we need to find them. But anyway, you just need to find ways to exercise, and then for eating healthy, you just need to find healthy foods that you actually like. If you think it tastes like dirt, you're not going to eat it. So how do you do that, you ask? Well, first of all, there's tons of YouTube channels that are just about healthy cooking, meal prepping. 2, tons of Instagrams. 3, tons of articles online. Just search like healthy or like clean eating or whatever it is, snacks, meals, breakfast, dinner, lunch, whatever. Search it. It's going to take some time to comb through the internet. Gotta let them down easy. Just tell them, you know, hey, I don't feel like we're a really good match. I don't feel that way about you. You're a great person. I'm sure you think that if you're friends with them. Straight up tell them. I mean, I've had a conversation a lot of times, you know, you just say some nice stuff about the person because you value them as a person, but you're like, I just don't feel like we're a match. I think you don't really find courage. I think it actually comes from you choosing to act when you're scared. So I highly encourage you to reach out. Well, this is a funny question. I mean, but it's true. A lot of people think about this. You need to be around a boy, first of all, for him to know you exist. So first of all, your life has to involve you seeing other males in some way. Number 1. Number 2, you have to get your mindset out of, I need him to notice me. You can't be in the desperate mindset. Cut. This is a hard one, and what a common question anyway. Well, I can tell you one thing. The way to do it is not to tell yourself you're ugly. I can tell you several things to stop. Stop getting down on yourself by your appearance. Stop calling yourself ugly. Just stop looking in the mirror and being like, wow, I hate this. Just first of all, stop. Just the act of you stopping all those things will already make a huge difference. But I know this is a crazy idea, but if you actually decide that it's okay to like the way you look, like you realize that you're allowed to like the way you look, you don't have to look the way that everyone's saying is supposed to be pretty. You don't actually have to look like that. So first of all, give yourself permission to look however you want and to actually decide that it's pretty. You're allowed to do that. If you don't feel like you're ready to date yet and you're not interested in it, why should you have to? Also though, consider the possibility that you may be a little closed off. Just consider it. It might not be true. Just consider that you may be really, really scared, and subconsciously it's turning it into like, okay, I'm not interested when you are scared, but that might not be the case. You might just not be interested, not be ready, and it might not be the right time, which is totally fine. I don't know why everyone thinks everyone has to do all this stuff. We don't have to do anything. Okay, I'm seeing a ton of questions that are just kind of like, I don't know if I should be in a relationship with this person. Should I tell this person I like them? I don't do bad in my relationship, blah, blah, blah. I feel like you need to get really clear with yourself on your goals for your life and why you're in relationships and where your philosophies are, and that will guide you. For instance, I know my values and morals and what I'm looking for in a guy. Do you know that? That's important. Number 2, I knew that I was dating for marriage. The person I date, I'm going to see if I want to marry them or not. Otherwise, there's not just fun dating for me. I wanted to find someone to marry. Once again, this is just my stuff. You can have whatever the heck beliefs you want. This is just mine. Third of all, I make a lot of this known right up front with the guy. Like I tell him my values, my morals, and everything, and where I'm headed, and I see if we match. Like, what's the point of your dating? Like, what's the point of all of it? What are your standards and your values and your morals? Why are you doing this? Answer those questions, and that will help you. Well, I can just tell you what I do. I pray. I basically break down and pray, and then I give myself a pep talk. I have to take a second. I'm like, you can do this. You're strong. You can handle it. Nothing. You do nothing, because you're not going to force him to talk to you. If he's not going to talk to you, you don't want to talk to him either. Why do you want to talk to someone who's not even talking to you? So many of you are asking, how do I say this to this person? How do I tell my parents this? How do I tell my friend this? How do I tell my friend that? I'm going to give you a blanket answer, and this is my last question. Basically what I'm gathering here is, I just spilled water on myself. I'm gathering that a lot of you have a really hard time like speaking up, speaking your mind, saying, sorry. Anyway, Oh, this hair is bothering the crap out of me. Anyway, you have a hard time speaking up. And this is because you're scared that you're going to be rejected or people aren't going to receive it well. Whatever it is. A lot of you are really shy. You're really scared. I swear. You're really scared. All this stuff, blah, blah. Let me just tell you, you cannot live your life like that forever. I mean, you can, but you're not going to enjoy it. There's a time where you're going to break out of that and just start doing things that scare you. Saying things that scare you. I know it's really hard, but do your best. Be as nice as you can. Speak up and say what it is that needs to be said. Just say it. There's no magic thing. It's just plan it out, think it through in your head. If you need to visualize it a few times, do that, but then just do it. You don't deserve to live your whole life scared to say things. Just try and you'll be scared, but after you do it, you'll feel so relieved. You'll get stronger every single time. That's probably one of the biggest things I notice with all of you guys is that you're very scared to live life the way you want or just say things that you're feeling. And that is not fair. You deserve to live the bold life that you want to live. It's just going to take you doing things that scare you and then realizing that you can actually do them. So give yourself a freaking pep talk. I do this. Sometimes in the mirror, I literally look at myself and I'm like, you can do this when I'm terrified of something. I give myself a pep talk and then I do it. That's all you can really do to move forward. Give yourself that pep talk, build yourself up, and stop letting people tear you down, and then go out there and change your life. Also, you can buy tickets to our meet and greets. We're doing, actually, it's more like a hangout for 2 hours with us in California, in Anaheim, and Santa Monica in a month. So if you do Cimorelli.ticketleap.com, I think you can get those tickets and hang out with us for 2 freaking hours. It's going to be so fun.